Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to 101 facts about Canada. Yeah, this is a channel that I've done a few reactions to before. I think they do basically just, wait, is the channel called 101 facts or 101 facts? It is, so yeah, they just do this for anything. You can see here for London, I've done these reactions to a few different things, I'm pretty sure. I know there was one on America, probably like one on like other things to do with America. Yeah, I just find them quite cool. Just get loads of random ass facts. But yeah, hopefully you're going to enjoy. Let's jump straight into this. It's going to be a long video, so it's just no point dilly-dallying. Just jump straight into it.
Why, hello and greetings, motherfactors. I'm Sam,
It's
and
an
today
old
I'm
video,
here to
by the
talk
way,
to you
so-
about Canada. A boot. See what
Oh,
I did
God.
there? Probably kind of racist. Sorry. That's right, the land of maple syrup, handsome prime ministers, and the land of the beaver. No
Yeah, like I said, 8 years ago, a lot's changed.
sniggering at the back, you. But how, oh how, did Canada's coins become known as loonies and toonies? How did a cliff formation in Alberta get its name from a horrific and gruesome death?
Oh,
and how many
God.
times did I break down and cry while listening to Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On to prepare for this video? Here's a hint, more than I should have done. 2 out of 3 of those questions are going to be answered, so strap on your seatbelt, apologise to the seatbelt for strapping it in too hard, and grab a big gulp of Tim Hortons coffee. Because this is 101 facts about Canada. Number 1. The name Canada comes from the St. Lawrence Iroquoian word Kanata, which means village or settlement. This turned out to be somewhat of an understatement because... pause for emphasis. Number 2. One of the first things you should realise about Canada is that it's huge. It's the second largest country by total area and the 4th largest by land area, covering 9.98 million square kilometres. Number 3. If you are somehow struggling to grasp the sheer enormity of Canada, you should know that Canada spans across not 1, not 2, not even 3, 4, or 5, but
That
6 time zones.
That is mad to me. 6 time zones for a country. I don't know how many are in Russia. I'd assume it's probably similar. But that's just crazy.
Number 4. Canada also has the world's largest coastline at 202,080 kilometres. That's almost 4 times longer than the coastline of the second-placed country, Indonesia, which has a coastline measuring a measly 54,716 kilometres. Get it together, Indonesia. Nah, just kidding. Size doesn't matter. I've heard. Number 5.
Right.
Canada is home to the world's northernmost permanently inhabited place, the aggressively named Alert, found in the territory of Nunavut. The temperature in Alert only rises above freezing in the summertime, descending in the winter to a truly horrifying average temperature of around minus 40 degrees. As such, the population of Alert is quite understandably a tiny, probably constantly shivering 62 people.
Living there's got to be rough. But I guess if you're built, like, you're used to living in these conditions, it's just part of your life. But mate, it's just away from everything.
Number 6. Canada has the longest binational land border, which it shares with the United States, who I understand love a good border. It measures in at 8,891 kilometres long, much of which is made up of the border between Canada and the American state of Alaska.
Oh yeah.
Number 7. Despite Canada being absolutely chuffing massive, the vast majority of Canadians live within a couple hundred kilometres of this border. Probably due to the fact that anywhere further north than this is genital shrinkingly cold.
Right.
Number 8. The capital city of Canada is Ottawa, home to
Ottawa?
a population of around 934,000 people. Despite being the capital, Ottawa is not the largest Canadian city and is in fact the 5th. Come on, Ottawa, get it together. Number 9. The name Ottawa comes from the Anishinaabe word meaning trade or exchange and is rather disappointingly nothing to do with otters. Oh man, I love otters. What am I going to do with this picture of otters now? Oh, let's look at this for a sec. Okay, let's move on. Number 10. The largest city in Canada is actually Toronto, home of 2,721,571 people. Toronto is also the birthplace of rapper Drake. Are these facts related? You decide. Number 11. Toronto actually used to be called York. God, first New
What?
York, now this. What is it with North Americans
Wait,
always
what?
stealing our place names? Number
pretty
12.
interesting.
Canada is officially bilingual, with both English and
Yep.
French having equal status at the federal level across Canada, as well as all over people's tongues. English is the mother tongue of approximately 60% of the people, whereas Le Français is the
40%?
mother tongue of around 20% of the population.
I guess other people. Yeah, I was thinking 40%, but then now it makes sense. People from other countries are there as well.
I've said tongue so many times now. Tongue. Ugh.
I don't
Number
like that
30.
at all.
Before the arrival of European colonisers in the early 16th century, Canada had been inhabited by Indigenous people for thousands of years. These people are generally split into 3 groups: First Nations, Inuit, and Métis. And together, they spoke over 60 different languages from 10 separate language families. And this was way before Google Translate, remember, so life must have been incredibly difficult. You'd be asking someone for soup and accidentally asking to rot with their aunt or something. Number 14. The First Nations are Canadians from Indigenous groups south of the Arctic Circle. In fact, there are 634 recognised First Nations communities across Canada. Number 15. Heading north, we find the Inuit people, who are spread across several countries in the Arctic Circle, as agriculture was never really an option.
I guess, yeah, because they're like Siberian. I think most people who live in Siberia are also. I guess they must have been there initially and then they went to Canada. I guess when it freezes over and stuff, that's probably how they travelled there, right? But yeah, I guess I don't know how are they built like genetically to be able to just live in those conditions? Obviously, like clothing helps, like the ways they live their lives help. But what is it that makes them just like able to live in those conditions better than other people, or are they, or is it just what they? I guess what they've just they've sort of inhabited for so long. They just happen now to just choose to live there. I don't really understand what I'm saying, but like, how are you built to live in those conditions? Because humans aren't really built to live in cold, are we? So, and again, like I said, they obviously wear clothing and stuff like that, but I just don't know how you confirm that. And like the early nights in the winter, the consistent nights in the winter, and then the consistent days in the summer, which sounds better to be fair. But just how?
In the freezing climates of the Inuit's home, unless they were farming for ice, Inuit culture is very heavily centred around a proud hunting tradition. Hardcore. Number 16. The Métis are Canadians of mixed Indigenous and European heritage. Actually, the word Métis simply means mixed. These mixed communities tended to marry among themselves, and they probably held a hell of a bash too, eventually developing a distinct cultural identity of their own. Good for them.
Sweet.
Number 17. The Nunavut territory in northern Canada was only created in 1999, back when Prince was partying. And prior to that, it was included entirely in the Northwestern Territories. This was done to give the native Inuit population more autonomy over their affairs. Number 18. Just so you know, the most recently created Canadian province or territory, which is Nunavut, remember, accounts for over a fifth of the nation's entire land area, making it about 210 times the size of Canada's smallest province or territory, Prince Edward's Island. If Nunavut was its own country, it would be the 15th largest country on the planet. Once again, Canada is very, very big. They just don't flaunt it very often. Probably out of politeness or something. Number 19. The first Prime Minister of Canada was John A. Macdonald, who served as the nation's leader twice. First between 1867 and 1873, and then again between 1878 and 1891. He is remembered fondly for having a farm. Oh no, sorry, that's the other MacDonald. He is remembered fondly for helping form modern-day Canada, and remembered less fondly for his party taking bribes from railway companies and his insistence that French-speaking resistance leader Louis Riel be executed. Don't mess with MacDonald's farm.
That's how times were back in them days. That's how it used to be. That's just the norm. That's just like the equivalent of Trump saying he wants Biden out of office, or vice versa. It's fine. It's mad how not even that long ago, that's how humans were. Just get him executed, mate. He's challenging what I believe. Just kill him. It's just crazy.
Number 20. The current Prime Minister of Canada is Justin Trudeau.
Not anymore. Again, like I said, this is very outdated.
Oh, what a dreamboat. Who is the eldest son of former Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau, making him the first Canadian Prime Minister.
I do find that quite mad that I learnt this fact a few days ago, but he is literally the son of like one of the most, I guess, loved Prime Ministers in Canadian history. The fact that you've got a son who was then Prime Minister for a pretty long time, I just find that crazy. It's pretty mad.
Be related to a former holder of the post. In case you're thinking that's false, it's actually Trudeau. Okay, sorry.
Good one.
Number 21. Justin Trudeau is also the first president who's actually born in the capital of Ottawa. The more you know. Number
Damn.
22.
Oh my
As far as we know, Justin Trudeau is the only Canadian Prime Minister to have a tattoo, which depicts the Earth surrounded by a Hyder raven. The more I find out about him, the dreamier he gets. Number 23. Canada only became completely independent in 1982, with the passing of the Constitution Act. Prior to that, the British Parliament retained the power to amend Canada's constitution at the request of the Parliament of Canada. Yeah, sorry, we did that a lot back then. Number 24.
What we're good at. What we're good at.
Despite being a sovereign nation, Canada's head of state is Queen Elizabeth II, who, as you may or may not know, lives primarily in England. Love you, your Madge. Her position as Yas Queen is represented in Canada by Governor General, a position currently held by David Johnston. Number 25. As mentioned previously, Canada is officially bilingual at the federal level, and the heart of French-speaking Canada is found in the province of Quebec. The people of Quebec have a strong identity of their own, so much so that there has been 2 separate votes on making Quebec an independent country. The second of these was agonisingly close. With over 5 million votes cast, those campaigning to remain part of Canada won with a ridiculously slim majority of 50.56% of the vote.
Damn. Like, what? Like, Quebec becomes its own country. Like, what happens then? Like, obviously, it's its own country at that point, but would it be that easy? I guess if you're voting for your independence and they get it, that's how it will be, but... Damn, I wonder how it would be now. If it would be even closer or if there's now been a bit of a change since.
Oh boy, this comment section's going to be fun, isn't it? Number 26. The name Quebec comes from the Algonquin word Quebec, which means where the river narrows. This refers to the narrowing of the St. Lawrence River, and no, that's not my St. Lawrence. Lovely Jen. Oh, Jen. Oh, she narrows for no man. Number 27. Montreal, the largest city in Quebec, is the second biggest city in the world after Paris, with a French-speaking population.
Oh, about to say, what?
That's something an incorrect person
That is quite mad, though. Like, the biggest French-speaking city outside of Paris. I just find that so fascinating.
would say. This often-cited Montreal factoid hasn't been true for a while, as
Oh.
Montreal have been overtaken
Kinshasa. Abidjan. Okay, that makes sense, yep. They're a lot bigger.
by 2 French-speaking cities in Africa. Especially
Realistically, these are probably going to be some of the biggest cities.
true for a while, as Montreal
French-speaking cities soon. This is 8 years ago. I guess Kinshasa is probably like 10 million plus now. And Abidjan, I can't say the Ivory Coast one. It's probably like over 8 million. So they're going to be catching up to Paris, I can't lie.
have been overtaken by 2 French-speaking cities in Africa, pushing Montreal into 4th place. Faites-le ensemble, Montreal. Number 28. Of Canada's population of over 35 million people, just over 7 million are native French speakers. C'est bon, fellas. Number 29. Montreal is a very funny place. I'm even laughing just saying it, because it's the home of the Just for Laughs Festival, which is the largest international comedy festival in the world, and no, I haven't been invited. The official Just for
Damn.
Laughs mascot is named Victor, who looks like some kind of evil Mike Wazowski.
It's a troll.
Ugh. Number 30. Though both Canada and the United States both celebrate Thanksgiving, Canada holds theirs a few
Do
weeks
they?
earlier than
I didn't know that Canada celebrated Thanksgiving as well.
the Americans on the second Monday in October. This is all very confusing for those of us who don't celebrate Thanksgiving, although not quite as confusing as to why we don't. I mean, I'm thankful for stuff too. And I like turkey sometimes if it's
It's just an extra holiday, isn't it? It'd be pretty cool, but I guess it's culturally just not a British thing, so we're just not going to start doing it now, are we?
Ugh, moist. Number 31. Roughly 40% of Canada's total landmass is covered in forest. Tremendous.
That is crazy.
Oh, I hate myself. Number 32. Though possibly the most famous lake monster resides in a Scottish loch, Canada has its own famous sea serpent, known as Ogopogo. Supposedly living in
Ogopogo.
Okanagan Lake, British
What a
Columbia,
name.
Ogopogo is apparently between 15 metres and 25 metres long. Number 33. Halifax, the capital of the province of Nova Scotia, is closer to Dublin, Ireland than it is to Victoria, British Columbia. My God. Say it with me.
What?
Canada is big.
I guess, yeah, it's like right. I'm trying to think, it's right here? It's somewhere around here. That's crazy. That is actually
Number
mad.
34. Putting its numerous snowy hills and mountains to good use, Canada holds the record for the most gold medals won by a country in a Winter Olympics, winning 14 medals for various forms of not falling over on slippery surfaces. Well done, guys. Number 35. Though Canadians are stereotypically polite and slow to anger, one notable exception is the popular comic book character Wolverine, who is from Alberta, Canada, bub. His frenemy, but mostly the enemy bit, Deadpool, also hails from the Great White North.
I'm pretty sure this actor... Wait, no, Wolverine. Is he from... Wait, is Wolverine from... Wait, let me hear this again.
Stereotypically polite and slow to anger, one notable exception is the popular comic book character Wolverine, who is...
Oh, Wolverine's from Canada. Right. Because I swear he's... Is he from New Zealand? I don't actually know fully. Is this Hugh Jackman? I'm not good with superhero films, I'll be honest, or actors in general. I'm pretty sure this guy supports the team from the city that I'm from, though, which is just really random. No one cares, but...
From Alberta, Canada, bub. His frenemy, but mostly the enemy bit, Deadpool, also hails from the Great White North, too. Number 36. Oh. Canadians may be many things, but statistically speaking, stupid is not one of them. Canada is one of the most educated countries in the world. It's the only country on Earth in which more than 50% of the population is university educated.
Damn.
Show-offs. Number 37. Canadians are indeed a sporty lot too, and have contributed much to the world of sport. For instance, basketball was invented in 1891 by Canadian James Naismith while teaching in Massachusetts.
What?
Originally, the baskets were actual baskets with closed bottoms. Every time the team scored, the ball had to be retrieved until someone had the bright idea to remove the bottom from the basket, no doubt making the game about 10 times less irritating. Number 38.
Game changer.
Canada is well known for its distinctive dress national police force, known as the Mounties. Officially called the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, they keep people in Canada safe from crime and the prospect of not having fabulously attired federal law enforcement. Both equally important jobs. Number 39. In addition to being enormous, cold, and bilingual, Canada is also pretty gosh darned progressive. In 2005, Canada became the third country in the world and the first country in the Americas to legalize same-sex marriage. Woo! Go Canada! Number 40.
Why is he doing these weird accents when he's saying numbers? Oh my god. This is a beautiful bird. Or duck. This is a duck? I don't know. Doesn't look like a duck, but it's on the water.
The image of the hilariously named common loon, the Canadian $1 coin is commonly known as a loonie. When the $2 coin was introduced, Canadians dubbed it the toonie, an imaginative fusion of the words two and loony, putting those university degrees to good use, I see. Number 41. As the vast majority of Canadians are in fact human, they require food in order not to die. There's a life hack for you. Canada has put its own unique twist on food, resulting in a number of delicious local dishes. Probably the most well-known internationally is poutine, which consists of fries topped with cheese curds and gravy and is both French-Canadian in origin and possibly the best frickin' idea I've ever heard. God bless you, Canada. The meaning of life. The lovable Winnie the Pooh is in fact Canadian in origin.
What? I didn't know that.
Author A.A. Milne based the adorable yellow bear on a real bear from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Although it can't have looked exactly the same, right? Also, Winnie the Pooh doesn't exactly sound Canadian, but hey, who are we to judge? I've never made a lovable bear. Number 43. In perhaps the most stereotypical fact known to man, Canada is by far the world's biggest producer of maple syrup, with around 70% of the planet's supply coming from Quebec alone.
Mad.
Number 44.
So basically what you're saying is if Quebec left Canada, surely Quebec gets the maple leaf, no? If they make the most, surely they get the maple leaf. That's probably going to piss loads of people off. But I guess their flag, they've already got a flag, haven't they? I guess they would just keep their regional flag or whatever you'd call it. But damn, that's pretty mad that Quebec is so much more, has like produced so much more maple syrup.
Maple trees and their delicious blood is so integral to Canadian identity that the maple leaf, as well as being an ice hockey team, is considered to be one of the nation's most important symbols and features prominently on their national flag. See, look very carefully. There it is.
Oh, couldn't see it before.
Number 45. Most polar bears are Canadian. Around 60% of the world's polar bear population of approximately 25,000 live in Canada. Maybe they're who Winnie the Pooh was based on.
Yeah.
Number 46. Canada is made up of 10 provinces and 3 territories. The provinces are Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, Ontario, Prince Edward Island, Quebec, and, Saskatchewan. And the territories are the Northwest Territories, Nunavut, and Yukon. The difference between these provinces and territories are to do with rights. Territories are controlled by the federal government, whereas the provincial governments have far more individual control of their affairs. Number 47. Despite the fact that Canadian territories account for roughly 40% of the country's landmass, only 0.3% of Canadians actually live there. Again, this is probably due to the fact it's disgustingly, wretchedly, hellishly cold. And that's coming from someone who lives in England.
England's not cold, it's just meh.
Number 48. Canada has at least 2 million lakes, more than all the lakes in every other country combined, which, frankly, seems a bit like lake overkill to me. Number 49. Stoners rejoice. Give them a second to rejoice, they're a bit slow. Medicinal marijuana is legal in Canada, and the country is due to legalise the use of cannabis for recreational use in 2018. 420
I guess they have
blaze
to.
it. Am I doing it right?
Why didn't they just change the piss people off again? Instead of the maple leaf, just have the weed leaf. I mean, maybe if Quebec take the maple leaf, then you can have the weed leaf. I'm chatting shit. I'm going to stop.
Number 50. The Canadian national anthem, imaginatively titled "O Canada," was written in 1880 and was in French. It did not become Canada's official national anthem until 1980, 10 years after the government bought the rights for the song for $1.
They bought the rights for the song.
Bargain.
I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to split this into two because I like fact videos and I'll probably just do another one at some point. But yeah, there are some Canadian facts for you. There's another 51 to go, so we're going to have a lot more to see. But this is a beautiful building, by the way. Is this in Ottawa? I guess it's a government building. That's beautiful. Damn. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. And yeah, until next time. Peace.